In that same Sahara, that is where I drink urine. It was the only choice, just to wet your throat. I was having 1,001. Before I raised this money, like I told you, 2 years, I have to lie, deny my nationality.
You're welcome to the show, Stephen Ken. Very, very happy to have you here. While the trip to Europe lasts 8 hours for most people, your trip to Europe lasted you 2 years.
Yeah.
And you said that you almost died, and that you made a vow to God that if He rescued you, that you would dedicate your life to sharing your story and spreading the awareness of the dangers of traveling to Europe through the desert and the Mediterranean Sea. So can you please share your story?
Thanks for having me, and it's my pleasure. It was really sad journey. And first of all, I want to say, by taking this risk, I don't expect it to be so horror like that, because first of all, I don't even have the right information. In those days in Africa, you will hear that if you are in Libya, in the night, you can see the light of the cars who drive in the Europe. That one brought you to like, wow, that is like something is very close. And not even realize that there is something called Sahara Desert. When I decided, I said, okay, I want to travel to go to Europe. First of all, I don't even know what country from Nigeria that you can even, where you will arrive. You don't even have that idea. I started my journey in Edo State. I took transport, Big Joe, to Kano. Then arriving in Kano, I see that you have to cross to Niger. From Niger, you have to change your money. Even the money that was with me, it was not even enough.
How much was with you?
About 60,000 naira or something like that. I don't realize 60,000 or 80,000 or something like that. Then I changed that money. Then it's 70,000 to Sefa. When I arrive in Niger, I start seeing stranded Nigerians already with other African countries. From Niger, Zidane, you can see the prostitution, how our guests do prostitution on the street. At the same time, they are looking for who to deceive, to take the money from them. Because they are stranded, they also want to push their journey. If you are new, you don't know what is going on, they will deceive you. At the end, they will stranded you there, take your money, move forward, move their journey. You know, there is some people in Niger from Nigeria. They are there for 2 years. Just Nigeria, from Nigeria to Niger, they are already stranded in Niger. 2 years, 6 months, 1 year, stranded already. But they are going to Europe. You know. So that is how I maneuver my way. Then in Niger, you think, okay, because from Zidane, you will still take transport, took a bus. Then when you arrive in Agadez, there you start to think, this is not really what I heard in Nigeria. There where you have to climb this big truck, where this one can carry hundreds of people with loads from Agadez to Duruku. It will take you minimum maybe 2 days or so journey.
On this big truck.
On this big truck. Then from Duruku, there you have to take the journey where you have to take you have to enter the Sahara Desert. From this Duruku to Agadez or to Gatron or to Tripoli. There is the really Sahara. Is it something which You cannot advise even your enemy to go. Sahara Desert is very hot. If you're lucky, you arrive in 3 to 4 days. If something go wrong, you have no chance. And Gatron in Niger, that is where they do the human trafficking.
Not even in Libya, in Niger already.
The prostitution started in Zidane, Agadez. But when you arrive in Duruku, that is where you see the people who was bringing the gas. They have house, they have everything, they have connection house. It's really sad to see what is going on there. Really sad. Every woman who passes this route, 95% was violated through prostitution. 95%. This is what I experienced, I saw. You know, from this Agade, Duruku to Gatron, you can hear many things where the Niger drivers will carry the passenger. They will bring you in Sahara Desert, dump you there. They will give you some trick, let you know that their van have some problem. You have to stay, we have to go fix it, we come back. I give you 90%. This guy will never come back. The people who die in Sahara Desert, 80% was like that. Deceived by unreliable drivers, bad drivers, because it's a lot of money. They will promise you they will bring you to Libya, but they never arrive. And I can tell you, the people who die in Sahara Desert is more than the people who die in the Mediterranean Sea. Because you cannot count it. Nobody have record. Nobody, there is no way you can check it. So my journey was really horrible. The driver, he bring us from Duruku to Niger. We were on the way 2 days already. He dropped us in middle of the Sahara Desert, told us that the van have some problem. We have to wait. You have to go back to the same city where we were coming back, the same village. We already drove for 2 days. In this same situation in Sahara Desert, these people are very heartless. These drivers, you don't have any choice to say no. They might even kill you. So we have to wait. The first day, second day, the third day, this driver never returned back.
You were waiting right there in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, because where can you go? If you look your left and right, everywhere is endless. Sand and stones. Very hard.
How many of you were together on this journey?
Almost about 78 passengers. So the third day, we don't have to wait anymore. We said, okay, we have to go. Where do you want to face? Where is the direction? You don't know where to face. To the extent we wanted to trace the tire of the van, because in Sahara Desert there's too much wind. When it blows, it will cover the sign of the tire. We start walking in Sahara Desert. I told you, it is really the worst things I've ever seen.
You've already wasted 3 days just waiting.
Yeah, because you cannot. Yeah, we were just waiting. We start to walk. I think it was 3 of us who survived that journey.
out of 70 something people.
Yeah, who survived that journey. It was really, really, really sad. When I arrived in Libya.
So you walked all the way to Libya?
No. We walked to, there is one small village before you arrive in Gatron. It's like a border. In Sahara Desert, if you cross that border, you're already in territory, Libya territory. We arrived there. From there, we now proceed our journey to Gatron. That is the first city in Libya.
You wasted 3 days waiting. How many days did it take you to get to this small village?
That was like we were on the road. That was like 5 to 6 days. No food, no water. It was that same journey I realized women have more water in the body than man. The third day, no, the second day, all the men were all dried up. Dry. In that Sahara, that is where I drink urine. It was the only choice from women. It was the only choice. It was just like, just to wet your throat. You can never explain this. People will never understand that. Just to wet the throat. This journey, it is not where you can say, okay, let's go. Now you are on your own. You have to walk. You have to go. You have to go. You don't even have to think who is coming. You have to move. Just go. At the end, just 3 of us who can survive. Who arrived there. So, getting to Libya, that is another, I don't know what to call this. This is really the worst place. The worst place you can ever be. Libya, you will see what we call connection house, how our girls do prostitution. Just a lot of things I don't know how to explain it. You can imagine what I told you. From Zidane, prostitution start already. There you will see somebody who is bringing six women, 10 women, bringing them to Italy. They start prostitution already in Zidane. Zidane, Agadez, Duruku, then Libya. See, they have to wait till they go to Tripoli to cross to come to Italy. So my journey was really, really horrible.
How did you not get from there to Tripoli, and how long did that take you?
I am a mechanic, so I have to work there. Like maybe, is it not 3 weeks? I was working just to help the people there. So before I raised some little bit money, I was not going to Tripoli. I found my way to Sabah in Libya, where that is the city where, since where that city was created, it never rained there. It never rained. No rain ever in Sabah in Libya. It never rained.
So why did you go to Sabah instead of Tripoli?
Yeah, because I don't my money was not enough to go to Tripoli. And most of the people who go to Tripoli, when you save a lot of money, you are about to cross to Europe. Then you can start thinking about Tripoli. So I don't have a lot of money and it's expensive. I cannot live there. It's like the capital. So I was in Sabah working just to see how to raise money.
Wow. So what was the cost? I know this is a few years ago, but what was the cost to cross the Mediterranean Sea? How much was it?
Yeah, in my time it was $1,200.
Dollars.
$1,200 to cross.
Wow.
Yeah. I paid $1,200. I was having 1,001. Before I raised this money, like I told you, 2 years, all the journey, just to raise that money, because I did go out from Nigeria with cash, because I don't even know what it means for me. You know? Then, arriving in Tripoli, the guy who wanted to do the connection, they are Africans. In that night, he told me, when he bring everybody together, then you have to pay your money. I give him my last 1,001. Did you believe he refused to take the money from me? He said he will not take. I have to complete the money. I have to beg him, please, please. He refused. It was just 2 people, friends who I know in Libya, have to give me $50 to complete the money. Wow. Libya is they are Arab country. You know, they do things in different way. If you are not a Muslim, it's really difficult. I cannot tell you how many times Arab man was slapping me on my face. How many times he was slapping me. Little small boy, Asma. You know, it's really sad what Africans have to go through.
So is it true that Africans are sold as slaves in Libya?
Yeah, that is true. I still have some friends today who are still stranded in that Libya. First of all, how they do it. For example, this woman or man who is in Italy, who is controlling 15 girls, for example, maybe along the way, the money is, she don't have the money to make the journey with those girls. So the guy who is bringing those women, he can sell some to make the journey go. Or the one who lives in Italy can tell her friend, I'm bringing 7 girls. My money it's not enough. Do you want? That one can buy her in Italy. They can buy her. The madam can buy a girl already when she's already on the road. You understand what I mean now? He will pay. So they can send the money down. You can imagine now, she's going out from Nigeria already. She's already sold. They sold her already to another woman. That is just one part. Or maybe something go wrong. They arrive in Libya. They have to sell her, or maybe the woman says she don't have money anymore. They have to sell that girl to another connection house where she have to stay, do prostitution till she work that money. Maybe along the way, she's pregnant. There's a lot of things you cannot imagine what is happening. That is why I told you it's really somehow what is going on. What is going on there? You know?
And all of this starts from Nigeria.
In Nigeria, it's like you don't really know what is going on. I want to go to abroad. It sounds very interested and some, hope. When you cross Kano, you arrive in Zidane, then you start seeing different world. That is where the situation started.
Is it true that they make some of these girls swear an oath? They take them to the shrines, they swear an oath that if they run away, they will die, something like that. Is it true?
That is 100% true. That is what I told you. This woman or man, the boss who is in Italy or who is in Europe already, let me not use Italy because It's not only Italy. They are all over. Before they made the connection with the girl, for sure, she has to swear an oath. If you want to tell people to reveal the secret, or if you don't want to pay the money, all those kind of things, you know, take their, there's a lot of things. It's really horrible what they do with these children, you know.
Walk us through your journey from Tripoli through the Mediterranean Sea.
80 or 95% of everybody who passed that route, mostly Nigeria, we don't know how to swim. We don't have experience. The night that they do the connection, the Arab people have to bring the boat. They have to fix everything there, because we don't even use the normal boat. We use Zodiac. This one they have to pump with the gas, with ball, this balloon stuff. They fix everything from there. Believe me, I was going to Europe. I don't have 1 cent with me. I just give my last 1,001 plus other 100 euro. I pay everything. I don't have nothing. That is the money I raised for 2 years. Then, the night that we took the journey, we started journeying. So they have to bring you inside this ball, inside this Zodiac. Some girls and some boys. We start the journey. So, the first night we were driving, the captain was driving the boat. We drive one night because we live there in the night. We drive the next day. Then the next night, in the night, he saw a ship. This ship was just fishing on their own. Because in Libya, they have to give you compass to direct you to where you're going. He saw the ship. They told us, when you saw the rescue, you have to throw all those machine, everything, you have to throw them, because they can trace who is communicating with you, who is directing you. He saw the ship. He said that is the rescue. He dropped the compass, everything inside the water. So we drive towards the ship. We discover they are just fishermen from Tunis. So even the boat was just leaking already. It was leaking already. So it was really somehow. Then we told them, please help us. It was in the night. If I think today, I think why they were so bad to us. I am sure they were also shocked, and they don't know who we are. We were help us. They were pouring salt. This is about 3-story building, ship. Pour salt, throw something heavy. I don't know what they threw. 2 of our people was in the ship. They broke their heart with blood. It was more horrible, right? Horrible. So we see the big ship, how it moved, the wave. You know, it's like a movie. So what we have to do, before the compass, you can tell you where is Lampedusa, where is Sicily. We don't have nothing anymore. What do we have to do? We just have to drive. Every ship we saw in the night, we have to just drive to meet the ship. In the middle of the night, I tell you, we are in Mediterranean Sea. We arrive there, this one will say no, there we go. We have to drive that. We were chasing ship till the next day. What do we have inside this boat? No food, only fuel. No food. And the Mediterranean Sea, he stinks like, if you're not strong, That is why you see some people vomit. If you're not careful, you can die. You can die. The water, you cannot drink it. It's too salty. You know? So the third day now, the third day in the sea, we were just tracing sheep because we don't even know where we are anymore. The sheep, any sheep that we meet, it will tell us, where are you going? We say, we are going to Europe, Italy. It will say, Italy is like this. Go like this, you go to Italy. If you want to go back to Tripoli, like this. If you have to go to Malta, like this. If you have to go to Tunis, like this. The worst thing is, if you drive like this, because it's so straight, everything is just plain. At the end, you will see that you go this way. You will still thinking you're going the same direction. Meanwhile, you're already on the wrong direction because there is no street. You know, we were there till the fourth night. The third night, the captain fainted because he was on this thing the whole time. You know, he fainted. So, who want to drive this ship, this boat?
And how many people were on this boat?
We were, is it 80 something or something like that? We drive till the fuel was finished. Now, you cannot even move anymore. That is where I told you I was stranded. Now, you can imagine the wave. And my friend who sit down there, he was even insulting God. Telling God, Jesus, you fucked up. So this is how I'm going to die. After all the prayer that I prayed to you, this is how I'm going to die. You fuck up. Everybody was giving up because that is finished. You don't have no chance anymore. And God was really powerful and merciful. In this same minute and this same time where we were stranded, the sea was just like a carpet. It was calm. You can see like no wave. Everything was just calm. We were about the fifth night now or so. You know? And anything can happen. You never can know what is going on. So, about 7 o'clock, we sight a small ship. That was like the only chance. We start waving things, start shouting. That is like kilometer. I don't know how they sight us. We start throwing things, shouting. We see they will turn. They start turning, and they were coming direct towards us. We discovered these people, they were from Algeria, because most of them, all of them, they fish inside this Mediterranean Sea. Tunis, Algeria, Malta, all of them, they fish there. When he arrived, when he came to us, he saw how much we were really finished. We were finished. He told us, where are you going? We said, we're going to Italy. We were already in the Italian territory, but the fuel is finished and we don't even know where we are. He told us, can you wait for 30 minutes? That was like, we said, not just 30 minutes, we can wait. Because they were fishing somewhere. He dragged back to take their hook, their net. come back to us. In the same minute, when he wanted to bring us to Italy, he hooked our boat. Then we just drive about 1 hour. Then we saw the rescue, the United Nations. We saw the United Nations. And they have to guide us, do their things to help us. We start hearing different language, things like this, which you don't even, this is like, it's really like another world. For all this day, all this journey, I cannot walk. I just lose consciousness. They have to rescue me, bring me to the hospital, from the hospital inside the ship or so like that, before I realized where I was. That is the story, the Mediterranean Sea and Sahara Desert. Arriving in Italy, that is another devastated, I don't know what to call it. It's really, it's sad. It's sad, so that people can understand what it's very sad. After all this horrible journey, yes, now you arrive in your dreamy land. That is where you are not going to die. Your life is not at risk, but you seek inside your head because of the situation. Now you arrive to Lampedusa. You start hearing, if you're from Nigeria, you can forget it. Nobody will give you document. Nobody will give you document. Liberia, Eritrea, Somalia, all those countries, they have chance.
So why did they say if you're from Nigeria, you have no chance? Why is that?
Because Nigeria, first of all, they will tell you Nigeria don't have war. What is the purpose? Why are you going? Why did you come here? What is chasing you? Liberia have war, Somalia, Sudan, Eritrea, you know what I mean? They have something to present so that your asilo or your political asilo can be strong. So we, Nigeria, what we have to say? We don't have job. We don't have this. They also don't have job too. So if you're from Nigeria, you can just forget about the document. And the worst thing, with that document, you are like in prison. But you are not in prison, but at the same time you are like in prison. You cannot do nothing. You are nobody without no document. In Europe, I have to lie, deny my nationality to claim another nationality so that I can have the chance. I have to claim another nationality, not even realize that same seconds that I think about that, I'm going to pay for the rest of I don't know. I will pay double. I really used the fake name and fake nationality. I was very clever. I have the document. I have to tell them I'm from Liberia because I have a lot of experience. I was in Liberia before I travel. I travel. I have to tell them the situation from Liberia, tell them the story. I was lucky. Only me, the people who come from Nigeria, they don't have the chance. I have that.
What happened to them? Were they sent back to Nigeria?
No, they just give the negative. You are on your own. They don't give you document. They don't send you back. You just like, you stranded automatically. You don't have nothing, even though you have the document. But having the document is like a little bit chance for you. You can do other things. You can start to see how you can. That is the beginning. So the rest, you have to find your way.
So you lied about your name and your nationality, and you got your papers. So what
Yes,
was how was the journey from then on?
The worst thing, I cannot even arrive in Liberia embassy to have other documents like birth certificate, all those small people to back your things up. I cannot present myself to Liberia embassy in Italy because their language, their tone is different from Nigeria tone. You know, if I open my mouth there straight away, they will know I'm not from Liberia. That is where the situation starts. Other documents that I need to process my things in Italy, it was not possible to find them because I cannot go to the embassy to bring all these documents. That is why I told you I paid double. I was living like that. At the same time, I was not free. I was not free. All the things that I need to move on, I cannot get them complete. I don't know where to find them. And at the same time, I'm already on the system with documents, with that.
And then your fingerprint and everything is so you can't just go anywhere else and say, oh, my name is now Stephen.
It's not possible.
Right,
I was hooked.
right.
I was hooked already. The first document was 1 year. And the document finished. They don't want to renew it. Because it was like a refugee. You have to wait. There's a lot of things which is going on. Then I have to go out from Italy. 2009, I have to go out to cross the border, illegal, to Switzerland. You know, that is where you see a lot of things. What we do, we Africans. I have to go to seek another asylum in Switzerland. Normally, according to the United Nations, UN, or in European refugee status, when you have a refugee in one country, it is not allowed to seek another asylum in another country. But I did, because I don't know all those things.
When you sought asylum in Switzerland, what happened?
3 months or 4 months, they have to deport me back to Italy. That is the law in Europe. I was lucky because Switzerland have the right. The reason why they don't throw me back to Liberia, because it's difficult for them to throw me back to Liberia. But if it was Nigeria, maybe I would find myself in Lagos. You know, maybe I will find myself back in Lagos. So they have to bring me back to Italy. You can imagine what it means. Then I have to start again, no document, to wait for them to give me the one that is, yeah, you know. Then when I have that document, I have to fight for the document again, because in Italy, if you have, they have what we call asile, humanitarian, and political. Political means they will give you 5 years. That means it's really terrible for you. You cannot go back to your country. Humanitarian means they just consider you. You are not in political problem or something like that. So they give me another 3 years. Italy is really, sorry to say this, is in my book. I know people who will see this video, they might be, I don't know, but it's true. It's the worst country I've ever been. All the countries I've been in Europe. It's the worst country.
Why do you say that? Why do you say it's the worst country?
Italy is a country If you have a dream, they will kill 80% of your dream. Kill 80% of your dream. All my brothers and sisters who live there today, some of them will know what I'm talking about right now. They might not say it because of the shame, a lot of things. They might not say it. I don't advise anybody from Africa. If you have a dream, you're coming to Europe, don't go to Italy. Don't go to Italy. They hunt from you. They have to use you. That is where the new modern slave began. In Europe, Italy. The new modern slave is going on in Italy. But nobody can really come out and say it or cry out. I have other story on my book.
Where can we find your book?
The Switzerland have to stamp me, thumbprint me. I don't have to enter the country for 3 years because I come there illegal. When they send you out, you're banned for 3 years. You don't have to go back there. If you go back, you know what it means. And I don't want to live in Italy because the country is not really. I don't know what I have to do there. My dream is not. I don't find it there. You know. So I have to travel to Finland. But I was having a document to move. Then arriving in Finland, it was really, I don't know nobody there. I just want to go to try. Maybe I can find, maybe it will be better. Then I arrive in Finland, I see that it will not work because the way the situation look like, your document, you cannot work there. It's just somehow. Then I have to come back to Luxembourg. From Finland back to Luxembourg. You know, that is where I was in Luxembourg for 4 years or so. Then from Luxembourg, I have to come to Malta. Then from Malta, where I was again, then I have to. Then here I am here in Germany now with my family at the end. So in Switzerland, let me go back to Switzerland. Switzerland is another country which is really somehow. 2016, that is where I decided to start this project because of the hardship and bad experience I saw all this journey in all this, you know. I go to street, I start asking the Africans. I come back to Italy, then I start asking Africans questions. How did you arrive here? Where did you, how come? What come to your mind? What were you looking for? What do you think? What were you thinking that if you arrive here, you will meet? Now, how is the situation? If you have the chance to go back to Africa, will you go back? I start asking the strange questions like this. Those are my videos you can see on my page. The answer they was giving me, I start realizing, so that means there's a lot of thousands of Africa who pass the same thing that I passed. When I was stranded, because when I discovered there is no hope, I said, God, I don't know what I have to do, but if I survive this journey, I have to tell the story to inform my new generation what it means. It is not really what we hear. It's not true. I started writing something. I tried to write something. To write the first info book, it was not big, but it was just important information. Think twice before you risk your life for nothing. I go down to explain what it means. The reason why you should not use fake name. I start to explain it. How Sahara Desert look like, Mediterranean Sea. Your brother that is in Europe already. What is going on with them? I put all the information together to have pamphlet. Then I started the project in Switzerland. I told them I start doing project to start telling people, please help me to accomplish this mission. I want to go back to Africa to inform the people in Africa what is going on in Europe. It was really difficult for me to raise finance to finance that project, to the extent I have to go to street, go to to pick things. Then I start telling the street people, okay, can you, if you have something that you don't need, don't throw them out, like plate, anything that is useful, just give it to me with the little money that they give me. I have to gather it together, buy bus, put all those things inside. Then I have to bring it to Nigeria. I land in Lagos. I have to bring all those things to the street to sell them. 200 naira, 300 naira, 500 naira, sell all. Then I went to company to print this first info. I can tell you that first information, with this help and everything, I've reached 50,000 students already. 50,000. Just to inform them, I go to school because my goal, I want to reach African, to tell them the story, what is going on. But I realized in this journey, what I saw on my way, and my community, that's Edo State, 80 to 75% are from there. People who come from Nigeria, 75% are from my city, my community. I have to start from there. And I was thankful it was possible for me to do this journey. I was in Africa 3 months and 2 weeks to sell these things in the street, go and print the book, start school to school. Any school that I go, I come with my pamphlet. I explain to them what is going on. I will show them the movie from Sahara Desert, Mediterranean Sea, what is going on, what you might meet if you take the same journey. If you decide to take that same journey, you will never be smarter than me. I was there. Look at what is going on. Give them a pamphlet, help them. They have to ask questions. I do this project for 3 months and 2 weeks before I come back to Europe. But here I am in Germany right now. Since then, I have wrote the chapter 2 of this info, which is very, very important that I want to give out. This is the main reason. Everything is inside this info book that I wrote now. My goal is to have 1 million. That is my budget. 1 million copy. Above. I want to give this info book to every school authority, secondary school. I'm not discouraging them not to come, but I think they deserve to have the right information. The title of the book, think twice before you risk your life for nothing. At the back of the book, it is your own choice, whether you want or not. So, I want to give every secondary school in Nigeria the chance to have this information. You read this information already, it is your own choice. So I cannot give the whole student in Africa. I will give maybe 1,000 copies, give to the school authority. Every student will have chance to borrow this info, read it. They will realize what it means. For example, if you have to come to Europe, you have to have purpose. What is the reason why you want to go there? What are you going there to do? The language is very important. Don't use fake name. If you use fake name, what is behind it? You don't have to seek asylum in another country. Bad friends. A lot of information. What is the meaning of refugee? What you risk as a refugee? Because people don't know what is the meaning of refugee in Africa. You just think I'm a refugee, you don't know what it means. To be a refugee is really not advisable. What it means to be a refugee, what you risky as a refugee, like depression, drug, stranded, a lot of information. What you risky, at the end, you are powerless to make decision for yourself. You have to be where they put you for years. Maybe at the end, you will have negative. There's a lot of information, what it means, how you have to respect the citizen, the law you have to obey. A lot of information which is really, really important that I experienced all these years. Everything is inside this info. If I can do this, I fulfill my promise.
Yeah.
Because my goal is to really see there will not be refugees who come from Africa continent to seek asylum or refugee in this land. It pains me to see how we Africa, we have to go through all this. Despite everything that we have in our land. And what surprised me most, I've been in Europe for years. I can see what is going on here. What we have, these people don't have water or feet. I told them in school, they just live with their brain. We that have everything, we are like the one who eat from the master's, from the down, the master's table. The next project, which is called Let Us Come in the Right Way. I'm working on that project already. Let us come in the right way. My goal is that every African who go out from Africa have to come to Europe in the right way, not illegally. That is my mission. I am asking the whole Africa, everyone who was once a refugee, to join me on this race, that every Africa who go out will come here in the right way. Because these people, they go in our continent in the right way. So we have to come in the right way, not in the other way. And together, we can make it better. That is my mission.
I'm short of words. I don't even know what to say. Your story is so powerful, and I'm very grateful that you're sharing your story,
Thank
because
you.
part of the reasons why I started this is also the lack of information that we have back home. Back home, we don't know anything about Europe. We just see things in the movies, we see things on social media. And people who go to Europe or the Western world, America, Canada, wherever, they don't share their story. They don't say what's really happening. There's just like this secret cult. Like, you have, when you go there, don't say what's really happening. Just send the money and take nice pictures and post it, and don't say what's really happening. And it's nonsense. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You see people who beg on the streets, and when they beg money, they send it back home, and they don't tell people how they even got that money.
Yeah.
It's nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. We have to start sharing our stories. We have to start telling our stories ourselves. And that's why I applaud you. I commend you. I encourage you. I just keep pushing, keep sharing your story. Everyone needs to hear your story. Every single person needs to hear your story. And like you said, so that you come with the right mentality. This is not to discourage anyone, but just have the information. Information is power.
I can say I really thank you that for what you're doing is part of the mission, and I love what you're doing. Really, really thank you. We are part of the problem. I see many people who beg on the street, who is doing prostitution in one corner. When you hear their phone ring from Africa, you will hear they say, "Oh, I'm at work, call me back. I'm at work, call me back." The people in Africa believe she's working, not knowing she's just in one corner doing prostitution. Or is somebody who just hang in the back of supermarket asking for 1 cent. You will hear your phone ring, he will tell you, "Call me back, I'm at work, I'm at work." What kind of work? And this same person on Sunday, he will go to front of car, nice car, hang there, make a picture, put it on his page. You will hear one comment like this: "I thank you, God, for what you've done for me," or things like this. For how long we gonna become stupid like this? And that message that you just sent, 20 people is warming up in Africa to take the same risk to come to meet you. We have to say the reality, how it is.
Yeah. I started by sharing my own story. I'm a lawyer in Nigeria. I had a job, I had a car, I had a good life. When I came to Europe, I was working as a cleaner. I was cleaning toilets. I was doing a care work.
Can you imagine that?
I made a video. I shared it. People still didn't believe me.
Can you imagine that?
Are you sure? What are you saying? Is it true? You just want people to watch your videos? I'm like, I took a video of myself cleaning. When I was cleaning, I told my colleague, "Film this. I have to tell this. What rubbish is this? I have to show people what I'm doing." I made a video. I showed myself cleaning, doing the cleaning work, and people still didn't believe me. A lot of people still didn't believe it. So the duty that we have is to share the story. So whoever chooses to believe it, fine. If you don't believe it, at least you've done your part. You shared the story. So we have to keep sharing the story. We have to keep talking. This has to stop. It has to stop. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm happy that you are here. I'm happy you shared the story, and wow, just keep going. Keep going. And any support that I can, anytime that I can support you, I definitely will. And I wish you all the best with everything you do.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much.